Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. A few weeks ago I have reviewed this very weird looking drone, the AstroRC Shuttle V5. And despite looking super cool, I felt like it was quite heavier than the regular 3 inches counterparts. So it didn't really make sense to go with it because it is over 250, it's less efficient, less powerful just because it's a lot heavier. But I felt like scaling it up would make a lot of sense. And so today I'm very curious to try its bigger brother, the Shuttle V5. This is a 5-inch and it weighs as a regular 5-inch. Let's open the box and see what's inside. You get a nice manual and frame assembly. 2 sets of Gemfan Yuki 5129 propellers. They are tri-blades, one for the drone, one spare. The usual accessory bag with a quick start guide. AstroRC Velcro strap for your backpack. USB-C 2A cable, extra screws and a 4 light camera mount. AstroRC branded propeller removal tool. And a 3D printed battery protector since the battery sits at the bottom of the drone. And finally, at the bottom of everything, you'll find the drone nicely ceramic wrapped. The idea behind this frame is having a racing style drone, but for cinematic, because the wheelbase is very short. It's X-frame design, so it's gonna fly better, it's gonna be more agile. But in regular racing drones, you see the propellers in the camera view. Here, you want to record, so they moved the propellers out of the way. The front arms are lower and the back ones are higher. And also, the motors are reversed, so it's a pusher at the back and a puller at the front. It's very, very weird. Despite this weirdness, the frame is super stiff. You have 6mm carbon arms. Each arm interlocks with the other one, so everything is replaceable. They combine in the center with this CNC aluminum plate, which is super thick actually. So I feel like it's gonna be a durable drone. The battery will sit at the bottom of the drone. The camera assembly is the same between these two drones. 4 screws and you can swap it. And they didn't even advertise it. The motors are AstroRC 2207. I couldn't find the KV rating. But the drone is gonna be 6S. They are wired with connectors, so it makes replacing them much easier. The stack has a F4 flight controller with also Bluetooth. And you have 65 amps ESCs. Boom! It's another day and the O4 Pro is finally inside. It was quite challenging making it work. Mounting it, quite easy because you just raise this top door and you can access the SD card slot. And also fit everything through so you can mount it. It's just a few screws and it's mounted. The flight controller doesn't have very good access. To slot the connector in, you will need to remove this standoff right here. And I managed to get video and OSD working, but I cannot get the S-Bus to work. I don't know why, probably the pinout is different. I don't even know what flight controller it is. I have looked on the instruction, there is no mentioning of it. So probably they should improve on that part because I didn't want to take the whole drone apart. It looks like a puzzle. So I am just using ExpressLRS for today and not DJI S-Bus receiver. And yes, the canopy is swappable, but it's harder than I initially thought because you need 2 tools, a wrench to keep the bolt tight and then a key to rotate it. And the drone also comes with this kind of side LEDs with transparent plastic. And it's finally time to fly. I'm gonna try the usual combination of a 1500 milliamps 6S and then a 1800. And with this kind of batteries, you cannot mount them sideways, so they stick out a lot. This is the small one, the other one is gonna stick out even more, and the battery straps are already at their maximum. So this drone requires a specific size of battery, it looks like. Also, you cannot adjust them because they slot in and they don't go forward. It looks like they are square dead on, but I would like the center of gravity to be adjustable and to be able to fit multiple batteries properly. And I cannot even fit the protection because I'm out of battery strap length. I also have this more squared battery, 1600, and it doesn't fit whichever way you put it. The width of this compartment is 39mm. I feel like they could have done a better job. Okay, it's armed. We are in, oh no, because I am using a different radio. Okay, this is aggro. Whoa, wow, immediately look at those chicken running. I am not used at all with this radio. I never use it. It's my old FR Sky controller style radio. I don't even remember the name. X-Lite, I believe it was called. So, first thing first, It's flying, I don't know if it's the radio or if it's the drone, but I can see some jello up top. Yeah, look at those clouds, I can see some jello. Also, I can see a little bit of the frame in view up top. Probably you will not be able to see it in the stabilization video, but okay, maybe the gimbals on this radio are a little bit tougher. It has slight vibrations when the throttle is at hover. No, even when pushing. I can feel a ton of latency. That's the radio crossfire, the AstroRC not being set up correctly probably, but it's flying a lot tighter than I was anticipating. It's also, yeah, not the most brutal acceleration, but it doesn't go slow. Screeches a lot, like a lot. I don't know. Yeah, like if you give the drone to me blindfolded, I would say it's a 5-inch. Nothing wrong with it, except that slight amount of jello, which I didn't expect from the soft-mounted assembly. It's a vibey drone, it has a lot of frame parts, and probably keeping vibration down on this kind of drone is harder. Probably they should have gone for a more soft-mounted canopy, or just soft-mount the camera. But flies nice. I am sorry, but no! Whoa! Jesus Christ! I probably have completely destroyed the drone. I don't even know where it is. I need to go and look for it. Damn! That was a very bad crash. And it took quite a while to find the drone because it bounced off a tree and went very, very far into a very tall grass area where I wasn't expecting to find it. And I was very lucky because the drone was not responding, no beeper, no nothing. The only thing saving me is a little bit of power into the receiver, and actually I was able to find it thanks to the RSSI from AstroRC. That's something that DJI doesn't have. So for once, I am happy I was using this radio. And the damage is less than I expected. We have a couple of bent propellers, a couple of broken parts of plastic, but the frame is totally sound. Actually, one antenna is missing because they came off and one propeller snatched it, and actually I don't have a replacement, sadly. And I guess that's all for today, because the battery was almost depleted anyway. It doesn't fit other size of batteries I have, and I have all the info I need to review this drone. I watched the stabilized footage back and there is a little bit of jello. No stabilization issues, but jello. And it's something I don't like to see because they made a soft-mounted system here, but it seems like they didn't try it. It's like came from factory. I didn't touch it whatsoever. I didn't touch the propellers, everything was brand new. So I don't know why it would have jello. And it's a big shame because I like the idea of this drone not having the propellers in the camera view, but still having a X-frame, flew nice, and it looks super cool, so I wanted to carry it with me. But a regular 5-inch is gonna probably be better. It's more serviceable, still flies great. This drone is very close to being good because it also showed to be durable. It just needs a better soft mounting to not have jello, and a better way to put whatever kind of batteries we want. And then I can probably go around with it. And as always, remember to like, subscribe and comment on this video. Let me know what you think about this drone, about this concept. Have you ever tried something like this? If you want to buy something, check out the links in the description down below, because clicking on them you help this channel a lot, and many times you also find discounts. Thank you so much, stay safe, and happy flying. Bye!